we're going to go construct today is a pole bed. Our first job we've got to do is go and collect some poles. Reasonably thick, about as thick as your arm. The bigger you are, the bigger your forearm would be as a rough guide. And approximately 5 foot high, or as tall as you are. What I've done here is fasten 2 of the poles together. They've got a natural bow to them, and that's on the outside. So when the poles go in, they'll rest against them. I'm also going to come off this tree. I haven't got a tree this end, so I'll have to make a tripod. Again, I've lashed 2 poles together, and I need to lash the 3rd one to make it support and make this end so it doesn't fall back or forward when you're sleeping in it. And this is how we're going to fasten it together. We put the bar over top, put in the string underneath, wrapped around the top bar, which should make it pivot. Back underneath it itself, and over, bringing down pressure. Checking that is stability at this stage and how much give there is. Going over the middle bar, bringing it up as tight as possible, and over top, and from this direction, the running end, the direction you can pull tight then. Like so. I still got a bit of string left, and it's only a matter of tying it off. Like so. Once you fasten the poles, you've got to find out the distance of your length. I'm quite short, but it doesn't matter the length. This is what you've got to do. Start by your head, which is going to be nearest the tree. This one's portable, so you can always bring it forward. Put your head down and put a bar behind it. Then, where your feet are, put a bar below it. This will give you your rough estimates of how long length the poles are going to be. Bring the tripod up to where your feet's going to be. And spread out your tripod. Making sure it's secure. And a good way of doing that is putting your body weight on it. So that's in. You could dig these in the ground. I've not found it necessary, but each their own. For extra security you certainly could. For our bed, we're going to use a British Army poncho. And I've tied the head up. What we need to do to this is find the 2 longest lengths. These are already eyed. And tie these off. This will give us a tube of material, what we're going to use for our mattress. We've lined the eyelets up. We put the string through twice. We want to tie the knot against the longest edge, not the shortest, because the pole's going to rest up against this. And then it's a straightforward overhand knot. For extra security, I like to do 3. And then test. So I've fed my poles through and lift them up and put them either side, giving myself quite a bit of length of the V. Bringing the tube of material up to where my head's going to be. And it's all very rough at the moment. I've got to do the same at the bottom. And as you can see, these sticks are a little bit too long but that's the benefit of the tripod. We can just move it back and bring it forward. So we've constructed the bed, and it's reasonably level. What we can do now is either tie these directly together, but I do find these sometimes slip, or the bar that we used for measuring our length, we can tie off and let them rest upon that. And that's the method I prefer. You could cut these sticks what are coming out off and make it neat and tidy that way. Although what I usually do is lay some sticks across and make a little shelf at the bottom of my bed, which is a good way of getting your kit off the ground. What I'm going to do now is add a top bar. The top bar will do a couple of things for us. It'll give us when we're going to use a tarp with this shelter, we can throw the tarp over it and we can hang our stuff off it. It'll also stop the tripods pulling in at the top when you sit in, and they'll pull in. That'll help prevent that, making the whole structure more sturdy. So, top bar's in place. I actually did use the bars and I've tied them in, and these are supported on that. So it's nice level. I've checked the level by using a cup of tea, and I've put it on random spots to see if it slopes in any one direction too much. If you don't do that, you'll find there's maybe a slight angle, and that makes you feel uncomfortable during the night. So you can sort it out now. But if something does go during the night and you feel you're going down to one corner or the next, you can always add a notch of wood and bring it up, or 3 notches and bring it up to the highest point. So there's a quick way around it rather than dismantling the whole shelter. This is ready for testing now. So we've got the thickest bar here because I'm going to be coming in and out this way the most. And we generally just get it nice and gingerly. It creaks and groans a bit, just as it cocoons around you. And that's us. I've tucked in the hood so it's not flapping about and getting in my way and catching me. And on this side, you'll find it gives the most, and it starts catching the strings that you've put in place. So that's why they've got to be strong. The benefit of this shelter is not takes too long to do, and it gives a nice airflow for summer camping. The bed itself cocoons you in, and it's very comfortable, and it's a good night's sleep. And all it does is a bit of wood, string, and the use of your poncho. The other great thing about this shelter, the ground doesn't have to be level, because you level yourself with the bed.